Welcome back to a brand new episode of Off the Rails. I'll be your host today, the one and only. It's me, Rell. And I'm joined by my good friend today. Somebody I've known. How long have I known you now? About 10?
Oh, easily like, I don't know, 10 years. Maybe?
Do you still sell them pies?
Here we go. No. I let that go 10 years ago.
Let you know, Iman was a part of a cartel at one point. So
okay.
So Iman is somebody I've known. I value her opinion. I've known her for a very long time. We've had several pretty good conversations. I miss our game night. That's one thing I do miss. We had some good at game nights. Used to spawn into real conversations that made me reflect on myself a few times. But today's episode is titled "It's About Me." I'm getting ready to let you guys into a little bit on what's been going on. And I just needed somebody that I feel safe talking with this about because I don't trust Kevin. And so today's episode is called Finding Real Love.
Excellent.
It's just like to play on real. Hey, Chris, when you hear this, give me a little bit of real love in there. That Mary J.
Come on.
So basically, we're just going to talk about how it's been in my 6 months dating out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Some women that I've dated out here told me that I am toxic, and I don't even know where this came from or how this began. But I'm going to start with the beginning. So, I'm going to tell you about this situation I had, and then I'll let you respond to it and tell me if this was a toxic situation.
Okay.
So I was dating this lovely young lady. I won't say her name because she might.
No, don't say her name.
Let's just say her name is it's one of the Kardashian sisters' names. And we were dating and we went out, and it was on her birthday in October. Mind you, this was date number 3. So the first 2, I stuck to my rules, and I'll get to those at the end of the podcast. So the first 2 dates I stuck by my rules. Date number 3, she tells me, it's my birthday. Would you like to go out to dinner with me? I take her out to dinner. It's a lovely night. She tells me by the end of the night that she wants to go have drinks somewhere. I said, okay, cool. We get to this bar, and it's like her sisters are there. Oh. And I was like, she was like, oh no, yeah, we all and I guess they had planned it, and I wasn't imparted. And me personally, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is your sister. I understand, it was kind of like I don't know. After I found out she planned it and then just didn't tell me about it, I felt some type of way.
Yes.
Was I toxic for that?
No. You
don't think so?
No. Don't you think it's kind of soon to be meeting sisters?
That's what I said. Said. I said, I don't know if I should be meeting your sister, especially if I don't even know if I'm gonna be around the next 3 days. It's all just to let full disclosure, Iman has wrote a fabulous book. You guys should go buy it. Plug it, Iman, one more time.
Oh, thank you. It's How Did You Know When You Were in Love? It's on.
How did you know? So she has a whole book on love, and I read it, and I was just like, okay. So she knows what he's talking. So it was because somebody told me that it wasn't too soon. That it was just if it was just hanging out, what's the big deal? And I don't know, I don't feel like we should be crossing paths with family. I feel like
I shouldn't tell you before then, if it's no big deal.
That's my point.
Okay.
And that was
so
my
shit,
point.
Then I guess I'm toxic too. I need a heads up.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I need a heads up. I don't know. So that was possibly, I would say, the most serious situation that I had. I wouldn't even call it serious because we wouldn't kiss or anything, hold hands in public or no shit like that. Mm-hmm. We just went on 2 or 3 dates. But like I said, a couple women who I won't name, and there's some haters. They said I was toxic for cutting her off because I cut her off after that. I was just I'm done.
Oh.
Is that wrong for cutting her off after that?
Did you tell her why you cut her off?
Mm-mm. I just did the ghost thing.
Okay. Cut her off, you blocked her. So if she reached out, she can't. Or what's your?
I cut her off as in I unfollowed her. I removed her for all of my social medias.
Okay.
and I don't text her anymore. Like I just was like, but it wasn't like right after that. It was like we hung out one more time after that, and I was still kind of annoyed that she did that. And then I was
Yeah.
kind of like she played like it was just nothing. Like, oh hey, you met my sisters. Like it's
Yeah.
really cool like that. I'm like, hold up, you trying to put me? I don't know. Like I just felt like she was trying to put me so much in the boyfriend territory without
Yes.
actually doing all the hey, let's work out the other shit that we don't know about each other yet. You know?
Correct.
So
It was
I don't
only
know.
date 3. So
Yeah, 3 dates, right? Okay,
Yeah.
I have a 5-date minimum or for even considering some shit like that. Is that too much?
Okay. Okay.
Is that extreme?
No, I don't think so. You have to, especially now, you just have to kind of fill people out a little bit longer than maybe we used to be able to. I don't know.
Yeah, nowadays, yeah, you really do got to check a couple people's socials nowadays.
Well, you know how I feel about finding out the credit score as early as possible.
You know what? I've been having a hard time with that. I'll be honest with you, because every chick I meet is in either like the low 4s or 5s, and then if I meet some chick with a low 6, high 6 or 7, she got an attitude. So I don't know.
She got that.
I don't understand what's the tie-in with 600 credit scores and women with attitudes, because they damn sure
The 600 credit score women are just, maybe a little bit more serious and ready to look long term, some longevity. So maybe, they're just a little bit more serious. It's not attitude. They're just a little bit more serious.
Yeah, she got that 690.
Got 400, 500. It's, as long as you're building, you can't stay in the 4 and 5.
If you got a 500, you can't really say shit back. That's all I'm gonna say. If the kitchen needs to be clean, you better take your ass in the kitchen and clean that kitchen, dude. That's dude too. That's dudes too.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Dudes, men, and no. Yeah. I'm just talking about credit score in general. If you got the
perfect.
lower
just,
credit
just
score,
clarifying.
If you got the lower credit score in a relationship, shut up.
Okay. I don't know about all that. As long as you're working on it, it's all about working on it.
Okay. All right. So thank you for that opening and listening to me too, because that was somebody. But I'm gonna get to 3. These are 3 things that I was thinking about since I asked you to be on the podcast. What are the 3 things that I have absolutely that these are just my rules? And let me know if these 3 things will keep me single.
Okay.
So thing number 1 that I won't do anymore. I have a $50 minimum for a first date.
50 minimum?
$50 minimum. Yeah.
Okay.
If we go over 50, you need to go be with somebody else.
So 50 is like your max that you spend.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. $50 max that I'm gonna spend for a date. It's only $50 on the first date. Yeah, first date. Yeah.
Where are you going?
Maybe Starbucks or Applebee's. Get that 2 for $25.
Even at Applebee's, you're probably going to get around the 65, 70 range.
I may go 60, but here's the only one caveat that I would say. Only reason why I say it is because I date in such a transient city. I get tired of these 1 date dinners that I'm just feeding some shorty, fogo de chao, I'm giving her fogo de chao, and it's the bill's $250. I never see her again.
I understand. I don't think 50 is high enough, only because in Vegas that could be 3 drinks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then we're not eating. So unless you want to make the first date only kind of like a drink and meet and greet type of thing, have to kind of swing that. But if you are upset because it goes past 50, you might be single for a long time.
I may have a problem. All right, I like I said, I don't know. I just got tired of what I would do is I think what I've decided to do now is I think I'm just gonna try to stick it to coffee and Starbucks on the first date, because I don't like spending.
So do you usually let her pick where she wants to go on the first date? Is that the
I kind of leave it up, ask what they want.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because I'm like, if not everybody likes coffee like I do, so I can drink coffee.
Yeah.
See, I'm a coffee person, but if they don't like coffee like that, or if they don't like ice cream.
So if I pick Javier's and the Aria, then
that's not gonna work. It's not on the first date. Yeah, that's Javier's and the Aria is by far the best restaurant in Las Vegas, by the way. Javier's and Aria is
Yeah.
that's to me personally, if I'm just being completely honest,
Okay.
Javier's and Aria is proposal night.
Okay.
That's literally like the castle. Like, like we're gonna start go around everywhere around Vegas and then start
That
at
could
the end
be
of
like date 2, date 3.
date 2. Iman, you trying to get me to take somebody to Javier's on date number 2?
I feel like you can't wait till a proposal for Javier's. That's a long time. No, you're talking about a year plus later.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna get married no time soon. I gotta have
Yeah.
at least
I kind of agree. It doesn't have to be the first one, but I don't know about waiting until proposal. You might have to find a happy medium on there.
True. I think ultimately the medium I'm gonna have to find is just in between. I don't know, because like I said, I got it, but it's like I don't want to spend 100 and shit. Like I took this chick one time. This is possibly the worst date I had out here.
Oh no.
I took this chick one time. We went to a little steakhouse, everything was cool, but I wasn't quite too sure about her. Like, I wasn't all the way sure about what she did for a living. She said she was in hospice, and I wasn't too sure. But then this leads me to my next red flag. I won't date a chick with over 2,500 followers. I'm not doing it no more. Because when I seen her followers, she had like 3,500 followers.
Okay.
And I was like, if you got 3,500 followers, you ain't a rapper and ain't no and you ain't an IG influencer.
Yes.
I kind of got yeah, okay. So that's not me tripping then, right?
So, but how do you ask her though? Like, hey, what do you do? Like, why do you have so many followers?
Do you and that's gonna lead me to my that was actually that's something else. But that's saying, do you separate that? Because how do you get to that point of asking somebody, why do you have so many followers? Like, is that something that you inquire about off the bat early off of? Because
I'm just always interested to see, like, if you're not like a social media influencer or you got some kind of business, like that's a lot of people. So not to say it's impossible, or I don't know if you have that many friends. That's a lot of people. So so you don't want to follow. You don't want to be with anybody that got more than 2,500.
Yeah, 2,500 is just max for me. If you have 2,500, you're an influencer. Cool. First thing I'm gonna ask you is promote my podcast. Second off, I'm gonna figure out why you got so many damn followers on you. I don't know, that shit is just, I don't know. Especially being out here, you run into a lot of women that you be like, you had a lot of you was at Dre's last night.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you're experiencing in Vegas, women are a little different out here.
It's extremely different than California. Very different. I mean, like the women who are out here who are cool, who are career women, they're great. Some of them got a little attitude to them. I'm not done with that shit. But the women that I do find, they be like, I don't know, shorties be ready to move in after 2 days,
Oh, wow.
Like,
is that because they're in their 30s?
My mama actually told me this earlier.
Date younger women, or you like to keep in the 30s?
I like to prefer 30s. The last person I dated that was younger than me was a demon. And
hopefully she's not watching this.
Yeah, she should be. She used to work on here. But
oh dear God.
That last red, I'm gonna go to the 3 to the last item. That's gonna possibly, so I won't spend over $50 on the first date.
Okay.
I won't date a chick that has over 2,500 followers. And lastly, and this is just, I don't know if it's important, but I should matter of how many dudes she called my brother on her profile matter. Because I know that brother sister sex works. And you know what I'm talking about, because you watch Insecure.
Yeah, the brother or the best friend thing. Yeah.
Because you can get called toxic when women be like, well, why are you so inquisitive about who is he? But it's like, as a man, am I not supposed to want to know? I mean, at the same time, like, we don't get me wrong, we're stupid, we're pieces of shit. A man will cheat for convenience than the opportunity, less than the opportunity. But at
Put
the
that
same,
in a bold caption. Go ahead.
but at the same time, me nowadays cheating is just too much stress. I don't have that much energy, ladies. I don't have that much energy to cheat. I work 10 hours a day. I can't balance two attitudes at once. 10 hours of a fucking day just to cheat on somebody. Like, I'm not doing that shit no more. When I was working, that shit is way too much, and bills gotta get paid. But
absolutely. So if she has a brother,
because prime example, when I went out. I don't even know if I know for damn sure she listens to this podcast, but I'm gonna tell the story anyways. So this one chick, this actually happened this past Sunday. We went out and she invited me to this bar, but she knew everybody in there. Like, when I was just like, okay, cool. Like, okay, you know Mike. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's up, Mike? How you doing? So I was just like taken aback from it. And then afterwards, she texted me and was like, hey, like, we had a cool first day, but I don't see this really going anywhere. We could just be friends and hang out though. Is she weird or I don't know, but she still texts me, by the way. FYI, she still texts me. And after one day, she told me she didn't think it was going to go anywhere. She still texts me, but at least 5 to 6 dudes walked up to her and said hello. Is that a red flag?
It just kind of depends. Like, if she's from here and, you know, she went to high school or college here, it's easy to just, I mean, I feel as big as we think Vegas is, it's actually pretty small. Like, I know everybody out here. So
that's what I'm finding out.
Yeah. And not always in a good way, but so yeah, if she went to school out here or, you know, works out here or whatever, it's easy to kind of know a few people.
That's what
are they all brothers? These are all brothers.
I don't know. It was a couple brothers where I was like, nah, he gave her 2 hands around the neck. And she, you know, she gave him 2 hands around the neck, and he went low. It wasn't like them. It wasn't like them church hugs where just like, you know, all ass out. It was like, no, it wasn't like that. They full, and I was just like,
like they're familiar with it. Okay,
mind you, she gave me the same kind of hug, but I don't know her. Like, I don't know. She just may be a friendly person. You know, like, I'm not immediately just calling her a hoe bag, but I'm just saying. It was just a lot of cats walking up, you know, saying, hey, what's up? With the, you know, laughing with the tongue out in my face, you know.
So, like, would you take issue if someone felt the same, like if you were back in Cali or something at a spot that you used to go to, and like friends that you saw, females, came up to you a bunch, she took a issue to that?
I wouldn't take a girl to a place like that, but if it happens, I would kind of like trying to de-escalate it, you know. All the bartenders I slept with in Cali, I won't go to their bars anymore.
That's good.
Yeah. Just you know, I just won't, you know, I just won't do that anymore. You know, just kind of a compromise. Like, you know, you go overcharge me for a drink, but you know, I digress.
Oh my word. Okay.
I mean, but I you know, but I don't know. It's just how much of, I guess, on my last question, and I'm gonna transition to this, is overall is how much of somebody's social media and outside perspective, how much did that ultimately affect your decision, if and when, or my decision, or if when I'm trying to pursue somebody? Because nowadays I feel like there's 2 different people. Like there's like you, like me, like we're friends here, but on social media, I don't like you on social media. But that's because of the shit you said about LeBron earlier today. But
okay, I just stated a fact, but I apologize if it triggered something. I apologize to you and to Kevin. He was not happy with me either. I apologize.
Okay, so how much in 2022 am I I don't know, how much did you factor in? Like, how much do you factor in how a person is posting? Like, what do they own? What kind of energy are they on? Because I feel like there's 2 different people, and sometimes I feel like I've been fully convinced that people post shit just to post it, like, you know, like just because So what do you think?
And so I just think it kind of depends, and that's going to take like the 2, 3, 4 dates, like the Javier date, like around date 3 or 4 for you to that out. Because like some people can be one way, like you said, in person, and then on social it's completely different. So that's what, red flag to me already. Also, if you with them and you see that they post all day, every day, like stay on social, and then ever get into some kind of situation where you're like dating, but they don't ever post you, that's 90 red flag.
Hold on, wait, repeat that does that last part you just said? Because that fucked me up.
If you see that they post all day, every day about anything and nothing, but they never post you, red flag.
But but as far as posting me, because posting somebody now is pretty much marriage at this point on social media. Like if you post somebody.
But like, what if you're like dating like exclusively? I'm not talking about like date 1 or 2, but like if y'all are like, okay, yeah, let's see where this is gonna go, and you're not talking to anybody else. So it just kind of depends. If you're someone that's staying on social all day and you posting dogs running and shit, but then you never post me, something's not right.
At what point does somebody does somebody? I mean, how far along in a relationship should I go? Because I mean, that was a situation where I wasn't even like, I didn't know. Hold on 1 second. When was this? This was probably like early last year. I met somebody, and like for 2.5 or 3 months, she just posted like she was in a fucking relationship, and I was just kind of like, why do you always text me if you're always out? But
yeah.
I don't understand. So, but so what do you think a good accurate time limit on that before you like kind of want to follow them on Instagram? Because now I feel like you should follow somebody you're dating on Instagram.
I think so.
I think that's important. I think that's up there now, because you can't just be, especially too, because the shorty I was dating, no shade, she was of a Caucasian ethnicity. And she was liking a lot of things that may not have agreed with my ancestors' movement.
Yeah. They're big things, and I feel like a lot of that can be answered through social media. Now, granted, I do want to go on record saying like, don't make everything about social, right? So like what they doing on there, it doesn't have to mean like that's just who they are 24/7. But I feel like you should be able to get like a good idea. But I would hope that the person they are on social is the same person that you're getting in person. If they aren't, there's a few flags for you.
Is that something? How quick is that? Has to be. Is that something you should address off back? Because women, I'll address something with a woman, then they call you toxic. It's like, you're toxic. He's like, no, because I told you about yourself and the things I didn't like in a non-yelling manner. So is that within the first 90 days?
Yeah. So I'm learning I've learned being in the 30s now, because I think we're the same year, right? Like going on for this year. Yeah. The shit that I was doing in the 20s just didn't work. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
So, like, you have to have these conversations probably earlier than what you did and what you're used to in the 20s. Like, I know I meant it as a joke, but I low-key wasn't playing. Like, I'm going to ask you your credit score. Like, this is shit that we're going to talk about very early, because I saw the repercussions of not asking, and then seeing how spending habits and shit was going. And I'm like, oh, now if I just would have asked these earlier, I would have had these answers. They don't have to be a couple years.
That's very interesting. So that is so you feel like that is something that may have cost you time in the past, not asking these. Yes. Damn, because I would be offended if somebody asked me my credit score right now. Like, I mean, I would tell them, like, I mean, it's cool now. Like, back when we first met, I couldn't rent a library book, but now I'm up.
And that's okay. It's like, I just think like now being in our 30s, like, our conversations are different. Like, naturally, we're kind of looking towards, if you want that, but like marriage and the kids, and we're going to be talking about mortgages and stuff. Like, we can't not have these kind of conversations early on. And I feel like in our 20s, we just didn't do that, because it's like, oh, we're just kind of going through or whatever.
Yeah.
We 6 years with somebody and 5 of it. Don't running up the credit. Like, I don't, it's okay. It's just, how are we?
Oh, was this person honest with the credit?
Huh? No. See, people can portray one thing, and then once you get like more serious and you see something, it's like, oh, so
Ooh.
don't have money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you gotta understand though, it's tough for men. Men have to be men are
Okay.
put in a position where it's like it's hard for us to be completely transparent and honest without feeling like we're being judged. I mean, at the same time, I mean, what if like maybe there's it's sometimes it's embarrassing. Like as a black man, I've learned the importance of credit, but at the same time, at 23, I didn't value that. Like,
And I don't disagree. That's why I feel like in those 20s, like those are okay because that's like our wash periods. But now, especially like shit going on 34, we're having the discussion. We're having it.
Okay. That I think I'm gonna wrap on that. But this is gonna be part 1 of Off the Rails, Finding Rell Love, the spin-off episodes. I actually have one of my exes coming on the next podcast.
Oh wow.
This is gonna be interesting because
Let's see TV.
Me and this ex actually just got back cool, and I'm not even gonna say her name because the episode might get toxic and not ever come out because I don't know how this is gonna go because
maybe you should have like a third person, like a mediator in there.
Okay, I got you, Iman. You're gonna sit in on this one.
No,
right?
not me.
Why not?
It'll be uncomfortable if y'all start going at it. Maybe someone else who could just kind of
all of a sudden you just log out of the shit.
Like, where's Iman? Yeah, no, not me. But I think that would be great.
No, she's no, I'll be honest. This is one of my exes. That's a very beautiful person. I'm glad she is actually listening to my podcast. She's a very beautiful, and so she's a beautiful person to where, we're gonna talk about just some of the things I may have messed up on where I didn't even know I was doing wrong, and I need to hear about myself. But supposedly I'm toxic, and I don't even believe any of this because Rell's not toxic, ladies. But anyways, thank you, Iman, the Miss Lovely Iman.
Thank you.
Iman Porter, no relation to Michael Porter.
No.
I really Googled, like, is this her cousin? When we had stopped talking to Michael Porter came into the league, I'm all, did she got a fucking cousin that played in the league and didn't tell me about it?
Oh, I wish he was.
All right, but this was a great episode. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. I'm Jarrell. We're gonna be back soon. Another episode of Finding Rell Love, part 2. Like I said, possibly with an ex-girlfriend. So
all right, now must see TV.
All right, Off the Rails and we out.